Yes, we are in front of the Center Cinema, but this is not the subject of our show, although it's very closely related, and it is about theater in Richland County. And from here at what will soon be the Eskin Theater, we're headed out that way to see the Starlight 14 Outdoor Theater, one of not very many outdoor theaters left.
And we're here at the Starlight 14. This is the concession stand. Tony Johnson, Starlight 14.
How's it going?
Good. What's new? It smells like popcorn.
It does smell like popcorn in here, and we're getting ready for the weekend.
What's going on?
The 21st is Hocus Pocus, so Disney re-released Hocus Pocus, the original, with Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker, and I can't think of the third actress, but
A name that I don't remember.
I don't.
It's an unusual name.
Yeah, it's an unusual name, but yeah, we're super excited. I think a lot of people come, and it's 6:15 showtime and 5:15 gates open, and then indoor will be pumping with Taylor Swift again, and we'll also show Hocus Pocus there.
Taylor Swift, it's nice of her to swing by Richland Center there.
You know, it was an awesome weekend. I want to thank everybody for coming out because it was really great crowds and people that we haven't seen before, and just a lot of fun.
Good, good. All right, now I haven't been in here for a little while.
Yeah.
What do you have here? You have everything.
We have everything. You know, one of the things that we've kind of evolved is our cheeseburger or our hamburger, and we utilize the Richland Locker for the bacon, which bacon cheeseburger is my favorite, my downfall. And then we use Christie's Sunnyside for our buns, which is just magical. And then we use strap of meat, but we're going to go through a big transition next year because I think we're going to go to half-pound hamburgers.
Half pound?
Yeah, half pound, so it'll be a big hamburger. But yeah, we have a lot of great options. We have great kids that run this place. We actually have youth apprenticeship, 2 kids that are youth apprenticeships in the youth apprenticeship at Richland Center. They do a great job. One of them is our marketing person. One of them does scheduling and payroll, and so they get a great experience here. And we have a lot of great kids that run this place.
Half a pound, wow.
Yeah.
And then of course you have what's on it.
I mean,
anything you want.
Anything you want. You know, just the usual accoutrement of a hamburger, and then. You know, we usually like to try, getting either like Meister cheese as our primary cheese. And we get in the heart of summer, we usually do that. But yeah, we do a great job. We make our own cotton candy. So we have a cotton candy maker that we've inherited. And then we have wonderful popcorn. We just had the indoor work done.
Yeah.
The popcorn machine, it looks beautiful.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. It was great. And I was talking to the gentleman, and he just raves about these 2 popcorn machines, and because they're made from craters, and that is like the
you know what? That's my favorite popcorn in a bag, and I didn't know that they made machines.
Yes, and
they make the cheddar popcorn,
and that is the like the Mercedes-Benz of popcorn machines.
Well, so that is the history of that.
Yeah,
that's hard to find in the bag.
Yeah, they make the machines in the United States. So, so it's pretty amazing. The one in downtown, I think I mentioned this, is from 1983. I'm gonna look this one up. I don't know when Bill got it, but it was restored. Brent Montre had it restored. Did some different things to it, and yeah, so it's great, good stuff.
Well, good. Well, let us look at the projector
here. I do want to make a couple of call-outs because I just love this place. That was in at the indoor, and we salvaged it. So the last time we talked, you talked about like nostalgic things. So that was something that Bill held on to. So Tomorrow Never Dies, He's got a couple other posters that I want to put up. That is some of the original signage right there, the Starlight 14 drive-in before up above the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Really cool, really vintage. And then there's just a couple of cool posters that we kept around, and then the original signage of Now Showing and Next Attraction that we put the posters up. We kept that original. And I know people might be like, oh, whatever, but it's kind of cool to hang on to things of the past. And pretty cool.
When did this open?
The drive-in, and it's
Yeah.
kind of 1953.
Okay, well, perfect. Of course it was the 50s, you know?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. So I was just talking to somebody, I think Joe Steadley was telling me that when he was a kid, the biggest movie that they had here, they had a parkway in the hayfield out here, and it was like The Greatest Show on Earth, I think the original.
Yeah, that won Best Picture, oh boy, here we go. In 50 or 51, I don't remember.
Yeah. So one of the cool things about this, not that a back room of a restaurant / movie theater is cool, but these are the original letters. And so we have a whole set of them, and they're plastic.
Oh yeah.
They break, unfortunately, and then we have to get the cement out. But one of the cool things that buying a set of letters, everything's expensive, but buying a set of letters is like $1,600 because they're specific font to fit on the on the board. They were meant just for that board, and they configured it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you buy them individually, it's I want to say between $16 and $32 a pop. So
they have no serif, because that would just clog things up, I think, to have the, isn't it called a serif without,
yeah.
And they don't have that, so, yeah, sans serif.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
It is cool. And then we'll go and check out the Volkswagen Beetle, I call, of projectors. So one of the things that we've done recently, and you'd be like, who cares? But we got this bad boy in here, and basically that's the satellite that's out here.
Yep.
And it beams in it, and we tested it and it worked, and it was just like I wanted to pop champagne because it's just going to make our life easier. But like I said at the indoor, don't tell anybody, but sometimes I like to watch the Brewer game, and like to hook up my phone or whatever to watch the Brewer game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you could hook up an iPad, and we've had to do that before. We've had problems with drives or whatever, and it's an older movie, and so we've had to do some different things just.
Well, we'll keep it a secret on the privacy of YouTube.
Yeah, privacy of YouTube.
No,
but in a pinch, you can do different things. So.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah, and then this guy, and we took really good care of this. So just like anything, it has filters, it has coolant. There's a big, huge bulb in it, and it's great. So we have our amp, and we have kind of the adjustment of sound. We always play WRCO on Saturday nights. We always like to hear Phil, and yeah, you can really feel it. And you really have to watch the heat. And so one of the great things that Bill and his son Cole did is they set up. This unit here to temperature control it. Especially that we have a furnace now. We put a furnace in to just kind of keep the humidity down, keep the moisture down in the building, since it's a cinder block building. But we also have that here, and we're very fortunate to have that. And so,
do you need to run the air during the winter in here?
Yeah. We have to keep it temperature controlled, and then it has exhaust, and you can feel when it really cranks up. It really gets going. And then you talked about, flat and scope and all that jazz. And actually, you can adjust it.
Okay, now we're talking. So flat is, I think, the most common for US. 1.85 to 1, which is basically your home flat screen dimension. Scope is 2.35, which would be like CinemaScope. 3D. Do you guys have 3D here?
We don't have 3D here, but they had the option. But that's where we would probably, say, hey, there's an iPad. We want to watch something off an iPad or some other different thing. We have had these independent filmmakers come in and they don't come prepared with a DCP, and then we need to do something off YouTube. That's what we do. So then there's a couple different options. This right here, I know it's not fascinating. It's a thumb drive. We take the key, the security key off from an email. Put it in here to unlock the movie, and so we ingest the key into that. See if I can get it. yeah, right.
No, they wish they had this. They just,
Yeah. So yeah, and you stick it right in there, ingest it, and then it unlocks the movie. And I'll actually show it to you. It's kind of cool. So now that we have the satellite, basically.
So you tell me what program this is.
It's called Show Manager.
And it kind of just starts everything for you.
Yeah, and I would say that I'm not very bright, and I think our employees would say yes, right, Mr. Johnson, you're not very bright. So it took me a long time to get used to it. Uptown is it's almost like iTunes at Uptown with the servers. This is a little bit more clumsy for me. But it has a padlock. Hocus Pocus has a padlock, and it's been ingested. So to unlock that, to play it, you have to have that key to unlock it.
Oh, the key of doom.
Yep. So you can see the padlock.
1 hour and 35 minutes and 58 seconds. 116 gig. 2-dimension, that's fine. 1.85 to 1 aspect ratio. Okay, just like your home screen. Well, like that screen is.
Yep. And the F is for flat.
Yep.
So it's flat. Yeah, super fun. I will say that this does need to be really temperature controlled because it does get really hot.
How much was this little thing?
I was doing some looking back. I might be quoted wrong, but I believe that this was 40 or 60,000, and the ones uptown, I might be wrong, but it was in the 20 to 30 range for the other ones. If I'm right, I think in total it was like less than 100,000 for the 3 projectors.
Does it come with firmware or software updates periodically?
Yeah, and actually we had an issue where we couldn't fire it off. It wasn't working probably our first year, and it needed a firmware update and a security certificate update. So it's just always got to be. Touched. The server here, most likely we use that sponsor money, so thank you all of our sponsors. One of the things in 2 years, we hope so, we'll replace the server here and then get it up to a newer server.
Well, let's go outside and look at the satellite dish.
Yeah, let's do it.
If it weren't for that, you know what?
Yeah.
No movies. Well, Wow, these are like did you sell these for like 1,000 each?
Yeah. The bugs are out. All right.
Okay. So this is the door to come in.
Yep. One of the doors to come in.
And the other one's on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things that we had challenges with when we bought it is we needed upgraded speakers, and we didn't realize it until getting through. You don't know until you get through your first year, and so what we were able to do, StageWorks, and Nowhere in Town Solutions, IT Solutions, George Loudmeyer helped us with really outdoor speakers, and that's a game changer. That's a game changer, and because people don't have to run their car; they can rent radios also. And yeah, it's great. So people can park a little bit closer, listen to it's great sound. You can get a radio. You can bring your own radio.
You're talking about? I thought it was all over your car radio.
It can be, but with the bells and whistles of a car, people run their car down, battery down.
I kind of wondered.
So that's like we were just like kind of solutioning, like let's take that out of the equation, and how can we make that easier?
So you said StageWorks. Is that Brandon Merkel?
No, StageWorks is Cole Muth.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Great guy.
Yeah, of course.
So that kind of was a game changer for us, and being able to have really awesome speakers, and it just really carries really nicely.
There's that screen.
Yeah, and we just painted it. Thank you B&L Signs for painting it, and 40 by 60. I think it's 40 by 40, the actual white screen, and really did a nice job. And thanks Bailey Paint for hooking us up with the best paint possible.
I meant to stop in and ask Steve what the actual color was.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he'd break it down for you, and basically had to clean it, scrape it, and then go. B&L did a great job.
I assume they sprayed it.
Nope, they had to roll it.
Really?
Can't spray it because of.
Oh,
cars.
I guess that matters.
Yeah, that does matter.
Because the dealership,
Yeah, the car lot would probably not appreciate
they
a
like
spray.
to decide what color they want their
Yes,
cars.
yeah, not a white fleet, right?
No, right. Okay.
So then we just had this installed, and this is I think it's HughesNet actually, and then there's a company called Deluxe that actually manages all the keys and all the content, and so this is super awesome to have, and so
that's kind of southwest-ish, I suppose.
Yeah, and it it's one of those things where location, but we had to put it here just to be able to get the best beam. So, yeah, it's great, and I think we'll have this weekend the 21st, then the 28th will be Nightmare Before Christmas. We're actually showing Devil's Lake. It's independent film that this gentleman made.
Yeah.
So you can go online to buy tickets for that, or you can buy them at the gate. But we just love people that want to be able to interact with the Starlight. It's such a gem, and when you hear things like certain outdoor movie theaters that are for sale in Wisconsin, it kind of bums you out, and so we always want to make sure that we carry this on and put it in a good spot.
So when did you get Hocus Pocus? When did you download that?
We got it 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So they tell you when they are ready to mass distribute?
You get an email and they say, hey, it's time to download it, and then we wanted to download it, and it worked great, and so we're just excited to kick the tires on this. So
how long did it take to download?
Probably about 2 hours.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, about 2 hours. That's a lot of data coming in.
Yeah, well, I forgot how many gig it was now when I looked, but so it depends on the projector as far as the quality also. But do they send it 4K or 2K or how does that work? They
send them. You basically pick what option you want to download into.
Yep.
You get the option. The other interesting thing is that they will sometimes share with sound instructions or framing instructions for movies. I mean, we look at it, but it's always good to know if the sound quality is different. Like Barbie was really quiet. Some movies are really quiet. Anything with Christopher Nolan, Tenet, Dunkirk was the latest one that he did. Oh, Oppenheimer. The sound is it's all over the place. So you only can control so much, but it's unique.
Is it more complicated since movies are not mono anymore? Excuse me, they would be 5.1 or Atmos or whatever brand of software.
Yep. Yeah, they say 5.1, but like at the indoor, we can't run 5.1. I mean, in a sense, the volume matching. The volume needs to be. So it'll blast you out of the theater, but yeah, this is awesome. So
now it depends on the quality of your car's speakers.
It does.
What are they tuned to?
They were tuned to 100.1.
100.1.
Yep. And then we play, like I said, WRCO on Saturday nights.
Okay.
Before that, and yeah, it's the other thing about this place that I find interesting is that the sound really carries well, and we got a new transmitter, I think not that long ago, or new antenna with the transmitter, and you can get out pretty far on the highway and listen to it, so it's pretty powerful.
Great. And you've got speakers, you got soon to be half-pound hamburgers. Yeah, we're gonna
for 2024. We're gonna do it up. We're gonna make a few changes to the menu, and but yeah, we're super excited and had a great year. Very thankful for everybody that supported us, and it's a wonderful spot. One of the things about the screen is it was always on our punch list to get done, and we're happy to get it out of the way. We're gonna do some few touches on the bottom of the screen to clean it up. And then, we'll continue to pick at our punch list at the indoor.
How late is your season here?
We're going to go 21st, 28th of October, then we're going to skip a week depending on the weather, and then we'll go, I think, the second week in November, and then the first Saturday in December.
Didn't you have White Christmas last year?
We that's a tradition for us. We love White Christmas. I love White Christmas. Who doesn't love Danny Kaye
I know.
in a car in 30-degree weather, watching him eat
Rosemary
popcorn.
Clooney, the first in VistaVision, Paramount.
Oh, wow.
Proudly introduced. Where the film ran horizontally through the camera. That was quite something.
I listened to an interview about George Clooney. That would be her nephew, right?
Yes.
And how interesting it was to live with it. He had to live with her for a while when he was in Hollywood and breaking through, and how interesting of a character.
He was kind of a little pain, I think. I've seen interviews with her saying that, he was bored and he was always hanging around and, blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't mind living with her. She sounds like a really fun time.
Yeah, no, it would be great stories. And so that's always fun. And I think we'll have the Grinch and then try to fit in Polar Express. So depending on the weather, we might do a little bit more, or see how it all kind of bakes out.
Yeah, maybe it'll be 50 in December. We don't know.
We're really excited, and I think I mentioned this before, but it'll be end of March. So I think it's Easter weekend in 2024. We'll have Ghostbusters. The
original.
The new Ghostbusters.
The new one. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
So we're looking forward to it, and I think we'll have a lot of fun things planned for 2024, and we want to just finish up strong.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Tony, and we will come back at some point, probably in December.
Awesome. Yeah. Welcome, and everybody come on out.
All right. Starlight 14.
Well, thank you, Tony Johnson, for that tour of the Starlight 14 Outdoor Theater. And, of course, it's autumn. There are a lot of autumn activities and Halloween activities coming up the end of October. And we hope you'll come back and see what's on our town next week and every week.